Hey boys and girls, it's Miss Sweeney. Today we're going to be doing topic 5, lesson 4, counting to 100. Let's start. Your supplies, you will need your math notebook and pencil, and then when you get your supplies, open up your math notebook to your next clean page and write today's date, 10-15-20. You can stop the video at this time to do that and then come back and press play when you're ready to continue. All right, now we're going to complete the daily Common Core review. So I want you to pause the video at this time. I want you to complete these 5 math questions on your notebook, and then I want you to come back and press play when you're ready to check. All right, let's get started checking. Number 1, which number is less than the one shown by the blocks? All right, well, first we need to figure out what the blocks show. I see some 10 rods, so let's count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 50 in the tens place. And I see one cube. So the number is 51. So now I've got to figure out which number is less than 51. Not 60, not 54, not 51, that's the same. 49. 49 is the only number that is less than 51. Let's go to number 2. Which symbol makes the number sentence true? 72, 68. We always eat the bigger number. Okay, so I'm looking here at 72. There's a 7 in the tens place, and in 68, there's a 6 in the tens place. I know 7 is greater than 6. I would rather have 7 cookies than 6 cookies. So I want to eat 72. So C, 72, is greater than 68. All right, let's get started on number 3. Mrs. Adams wants to make 6 sandwiches. She wants to put a slice of cheese on each sandwich. She has 4 slices of cheese. Which sentence helps you find out how many more slices of cheese she needs? Okay, so I know she has 6 sandwiches, but she only has 4 slices. So I know in order to find out how many more she needs, I'm going to have to say 6 sandwiches minus the 4 slices she has equals she needs 2 more. So which one of these sentences could help me to figure that out? Well, I see C has 4 plus 2, so the 2 parts equals 6. So 4 cheese slices plus 2 more slices will give me the 6 slices that I need for all of my sandwiches. Now, number 4. Amir picked 23 red apples and 32 green apples. Did Amir pick more red apples or more green apples? Well, let's look. 23, there's a 2 in the tens place. 32, there's a 3 in the tens place. I would rather have 3 than 2. So that means that 32 is the greater number. So he actually picked more green apples than red. So I'm going to write more green as best as I can. Number 5, tell how many tens and ones, write the number and the word name. All right, so first let's start by looking at the tens. We see some 10 rods. I'm going to count these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 tens. Now let's look at how many ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ones. That is the number 87. So now how do I write that with the word name? Well, 87, that is a number in the tens. That means we got to have a hyphen between the 10 and the 1. So 80 is the first word, so I'm going to write 80. Go ahead and get that written down. Dash, there's a hyphen, 7. All right, so that concludes our Common Core review. Now we're ready to jump into today's lesson.
includes the order of the numbers you compare.
Why do you think this is called a 100 chart? The 100 chart shows all the numbers from 1 to 100. How are the numbers arranged? The numbers are in rows from left to right. When you get to the end of one row, the next number starts on the row below it. Use a 100 chart to find numbers before and after. How do you know 13 is 1 before 14? "13 is in the box that comes before the box for number 14. 19 is 1 after 18. Count on from 31. Start at 31. Count on 32, 33, 34. Count back from 65. Start at 65. Count back 64, 63, 62.
Now we're ready to get started and do a little work with counting to 100. So I have here my hundreds chart. You can see it starts at 1 and it goes all the way to 100. Now what we're going to do is complete some of the independent practice here to answer the questions, and I want you to make sure that you're doing this with me. So let's do number 9 together. Count back. Write the number that is 1 before. So the number that I'm given is 44. So I can come over here to my hundreds chart and find 44. I want to count back 1. So if I go back, 43 is 1 before 44. So I'm going to write that here on the paper. So what you can do on your paper is write number 9, 43, 44. Now what I want you to do is try number 10 and 11 on your own. Pause the video, come back and press play when you're done. So let's look at number 10, 89. What's 1 before 89? So here's 89. If I go back, that's 88. Now number 11, 56. There's 56. If I go back 1, that's 55. All right, now let's look at counting on and write the number that is 1 after. So let's look here. 35 is the number listed first. So when I come over here, here's the number 35. To count on, I'm going to go forward. So the next number is 36. So I want you to write this down in your math notebook, 35, 36. Now I want you to go on and do numbers 13 and 14 on your own. Come back to the video when you're finished to check. All right, number 76 is here on the hundreds chart. So counting on 1 would be 77. Now number 14, here's the number 81. So counting on would be 82. Very good. All right. So now let's look at the next set of problems. I'm going to do one with you guys, and then you can try one on your own. Write the missing numbers. Count back from 19. So we're going to start at the number 19. Let's find it on the hundreds chart right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to count backwards. So that means that we want to count going back. So like count, it's like kind of like a countdown, like how a rocket ship, they start at like 10, 9, 8, 7. We're going to do like that. So here's 19. I go back 1, that's 18. I go back another 1, that's 17. And I go back another 1, that's 16. Make sure you have this written down in your math notebook. Now, I want you to try number 16 on your own. This time it says count on. So count on, it means going forward from 85. So I want you to write 85, and then I want you to find the next 4 numbers counting on. Pause the video at this time, come back and press play when you are ready. So 85, 86, 87, 88, and 89. So that completes counting on from 85. So let's look at the next slide. So this is kind of like a riddle quiz puzzle. I want you to try this on your own, and then I want you to come back and check the video, okay? Try this one on your own and see if you can solve the missing number. It says my number is before 81. It is after 79. What number do I have? So I'm going to go to 81. It says my number is before 81. That means that I need to go back. Then it says it is after 79. Well, that works because 80 is after 79, but it comes before 81. So you have the number 80. All right, let's try another problem together. Write a number story about the missing numbers. Nico finds on the mailboxes. Use the words before and after. So I'm going to give you some numbers with mailboxes. And I want you to tell me a number story about these numbers. Okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to come up with a number story about the numbers here that Nico finds on his mailbox. And I want you to use the words before and after. Go ahead and try that now on your own and then come back and press play when you're finished and let's see how you did. So something you might say could be 42 is before 43. And then maybe something you could say is 43 is before 44. And then maybe something else you could say is 45 is after 44. All right, guys. Well, that concludes our math lesson. Now you will have a page that you're going to do in Kami, 2 pages in Kami for this assignment in Schoology. So I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.